We're here with Listo Gaitan, pro fighter off of Grand Prairie, Texas, from Grand Prairie, Texas. Listo, how you doing today?
I'm doing well. How are you, man?
Good, good. I know we were, scheduled to talk and catch up prior to the event. Supposed to be a part 1 and part 2. Obviously, we didn't get to do that because our conflict of schedules. But me as personally get a little more in depth with this. Me personally, I've seen you since the beginning of March, all the way to now. All the time you put in, the injury, back and work with with the weight, maintain your weight as best as possible. Now, obviously, we know coming in Friday, you were told probably like an hour before going to the event at the event.
Actually, we were already at the event when we got the news, and I mean, they came up to me, asked me, hey, how do you feel? I'm like, well, I feel great. I'm ready to fight, let it go. And I'm like, well, like the worst thing that could happen happened. And originally, I was like, well, man, maybe I tested positive or something. I was a bit worried about that, but then they told me my opponent had tested positive for COVID, and the commission was just not going to allow that fight. It's just too much at risk. Certain people handle it differently. Their body's immune system handles it differently. I mean, I've had people real close to me who've had it and been asymptomatic and been able to they quarantine, but they don't have the symptoms as bad as others. And I've had other friends who I mean, they've nearly lost their lives to it. I mean, it's just a big risk. And we're gonna, if we were to say, hey, you know what, let's go ahead and do it anyway, or put it at everybody else's health at jeopardy. I mean, that would have been real selfish of us. We could have, I could have gotten it, and then I go to my corner, Hector, my dad, come and gets it. Then of course after fights, all the fight fans want to take pictures with their fighters or their the people they come out to support, and we were just, I mean, imagine all those people that were going to be in contact with me after getting in there in the ring with somebody with the virus.
Now, I'm gonna be very honest with you. Your body language was very, very not. I'm gonna say defeat because you were not in the ring. More like defeat, like, man, I didn't get to fight.
Well, definitely, yeah.
More, I could tell, and that's why I really didn't bother to talk to you. I can't blame you, because what are the obstacles you had to overcome? Because people don't know that fighters like you that still have to have a part-time job, full-time job. What are the little obstacles? Not little. What are the obstacles that you had to overcome just to get ready for Friday that people don't know?
Well, definitely. I mean, you got to think about not only that week, the fight week, but let's go back to middle of summer where we're gonna schedule to fight in July, and we started up a training camp, and a few weeks before kind of fell through, but we stayed in the gym trying to stay active, and then we had another fight scheduled for September, which also fell through. We had a training camp already had started from the one back in July, and then again October, and then again that fell through, and then November. So I mean, we kind of put ourselves through some rigorous training, some hard intense training, and we put our body through a lot of work. And I mean, not only that, but some of the things that we've gone through training camp that maybe you've seen that we've kind of struggled with sparring here in the area. We've had to travel out of town, and so that comes out of our pockets as well. We're traveling over to Waco, to Wichita Falls, Huntsville, stuff like that. But I mean, try to get this high caliber sparring. Which, I mean, shout out to Alfonso El Tigre Lopez, who's who opened the doors up to out in his hometown to
who fights in a few weeks.
To spar, who's going to fight on the 18th, I believe, against Suzo Ramirez here in Galveston. So hey, much luck to him. We're team Tigre Lopez. Also, Adrian Montura Taylor, who we spar out here in Mesquite. Jurgen from Louisville. These guys who give me a lot of work during this camp. They've also put their time in there. But for work, we've also had to ask for PTO for the week of the fight. To stay quarantined. And so I have a lot of messages from coworkers. Telling me, hey, good luck, man. We see you're putting in that work. Managers also, excited to see me fight. Excited to hear the news that I'm finally back in the ring. And then it kind of, you get that news, and all these emotions run through your head. All these conversations already start running through my head. Like, oh man, I'm already worried about what people are gonna say. I'm also, going towards the ring to give the announcement. It was a bit nerve-wracking. I mean, I was a bit nervous as to how the people would react. I wasn't sure of how they would react.
Well, you were the main event.
Yeah. I mean,
and again, because March. Yeah. Your injury, unfortunate. February. Yeah. But then the event that took place a couple of weeks later, and then July,
Yeah.
then September,
Yeah.
and then now everybody was ready. Everybody
Yeah,
was
yeah,
pumped,
definitely.
and then me as being in the background, sitting down with the fans, you could just hear like you could hear a pin drop. I'm gonna be honest,
It went silent. When
it
we
went
got
completely
there.
silent,
Yeah,
but
when
you
we
were
got
more
out.
like, I don't know what to say. Like you
Yeah.
kind of struggled it, but again,
No, but I mean, we got the news out, let everybody know, and to my surprise, man, everybody reacted to the news. I mean, extremely well. I mean, everybody kind of still like, hey, you know what? We understand what happened. It's not your fault, you know. Especially with this pandemic, you know, it's tough. You know, you can't really tell, you know, like it's just hard to. I mean, it was a gamble, you know, to hold this type of event, you know, and unfortunately, it was for me that my fight fell through. But I mean, like I said, I mean, I'm thankful for the support I have and the people that's still like, hey man, don't worry about it. You know, we know we were gonna whether be this event, you know, just to support teammates or the talent in the area. You know, we're here, and you know, whenever you're gonna fight again, let us know. You know, we're gonna be there regardless. Like we're here to support you. You know, and I just I didn't know what to say about that. You know, when people were telling me, and I was just so appreciative of that type of support that we were able to have here in the area.
now rumor has it, I won't say much, but you're gonna be fighting here in 2020 at the beginning of the year. How amped and how jittery are you to seriously get back in the ring? Because I talked to Hector too. I said this COVID affected a lot of athletes, professional fighters, obviously. I mean, even looking at Nears. I mean, no, I'm not compare that one because Canelo's obviously had different situations. But I'm saying he hasn't been in the ring in a year. Yeah. It's almost gonna be a year for you, and I mean, that doesn't help you start thinking about it. I lost a year in my career due to the end and COVID, but. How excited are you?
Oh, I'm extremely excited because I mean, like you said right now, I mean, I lost a year of my career, but I don't necessarily think of it like that. I think of it more as, you know, I lost a year as a career in the ring as a professional, but I've been here in the gym all this time. I've been working, been trying new things. David, Quintana has been up here, you know, helping us out with strength and conditioning and nutrition as well. And so I mean, we're utilizing new tools that that we're able to try to bring into the fight game. And so we've kind of used this time for ourselves to experiment, you know, and but using those new tools now, I'm super excited to get back in the ring, you know, like, you know, hopefully early 2021, you know, we're back in there and back in action, and we get to demonstrate, you know, what we should have demonstrated, you know, this last Friday, but 2 Fridays ago, but I mean, we're eager, we're ready. I mean, we're sharp as ever. You know, I took a few days off last week just to kind of let my body recover, but now we're back in the gym full time again. You know, this is my second full-time job here. So
yeah, you got literally 2 full-time jobs because you're here from 6:30 all the way to 9 sometimes.
Full-time
and
job,
then sometimes Saturdays, and then here comes Sundays, and you're biking now. That I saw with David.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, so that's another example of something new that we're utilizing. I used to stay away from bikes and stuff, and just just kind of staying away from things that I felt weren't workouts. But now I'm like understanding, like, hey, you know, you don't have to kill your body to make it a workout. Like cycling for about 2-3 hours, that'll take a toll on you, and you'll
definitely,
burn some calories, you know?
Definitely. Listo. I, for one, and as many others, is probably going to tell you that we'll be excited and anxious to see you back in the ring again.
Appreciate that. Thank you.
Continue working hard. Lastly, anything you would like to say to your fans, because you do have a following? Anything you would like to tell them?
No, yeah, definitely. Hey, thank you guys, you know, who are still sticking with Team Listo. You know, I appreciate that support. You know, I'm extremely excited that hopefully we get some good news here, so we can start off the new year with a bang. You know, just looking forward to getting back in the ring, and thank you for all the support you guys bring. And I mean, thank you for packing up that house again. You know, unfortunately I didn't get to fight, but we'll be back in the ring for you guys. And huge shout out to my sponsors. You know, Medina Drywall, Eddie's Quality Painting, City Cairo Sports Center. You know, you helped me get back here to where I'm at. You know, I mean, back into this fight shape. Eddie's Quality Painting, Alfredo's Garage. You know, hey, he was packing up the house that last Friday too. And David Quintana, you know, thanks for your help, bro. I mean, I appreciate that help that you're giving us here in the gym. You know, with these new workouts and stuff, and helping us out with nutrition as well. And again, thank you, fight fans. Thank you, Team Listo, and all of nuestra gente for the continuous support. And we'll be back in the ring, Rafa. Let's get it.
This is Rafael Listo Gaitan. Thank you very much, Listo.
Yes, sir.